Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Today, we're going to do conspiracy theories for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that to make sure that everybody understands this is for entertainment purposes only. We're going to talk about the firmament. We're going to talk about the bottom of the sea. We're going to talk about rainbows. We're going to talk about dragons. We're going to talk about dinosaurs. We're going to talk about time, reality, space. We're going to talk about the moon, the stars. We're going to talk about everything that you're thinking about, that you don't know about, things that make sense but don't make no sense. We're going to talk about the cities. We're going to go first with the cities. Something seems odd to me. Once slavery ended, we were at a certain point. There were no power tools or any damn thing like that, right? Then all of a sudden, vast technological advance happened. Then all of a sudden, all these structures popped up in New York and all these other places in these big cities. All of this amazing architecture, man, that looks phenomenal. You ever see the architecture of these old churches, these third world countries with these giant castles? If you look at the Sistine Chapel, over in the Vatican City, man, if you look at a lot of these things, something is off. You know, dude, it's like we took over another time. It's like somewhere time is missing, where certain technological advances happen. Somehow there's a missing link. And this shit is not making no sense. It's not adding up. I believe at a certain period in time, we jumped. Then we jumped again. It will make a lot of sense if you look at that. And we talk about extraterrestrials, man. We talking about extra dimensional creatures. We talking about extra people from other parts of this planet. Yes. If this world is really round, then that means there's more land that they're not telling you about. Planes fly at a certain altitude. And they gotta, course correct for curvature, for the curvature of the earth. Dude, I was sitting here thinking to myself, I once said this before, there are predetermined flight paths. But if it made so much sense, why can't you just fly directly to the areas and all of this and that instead of going beating around the flight, beating around the bushes? But people like, hey, that's where all the money come in at. But don't it strike you as odd though? And I know you like, how could a government, let alone all these countries, keep all of these secrets? Why? Because it's best if they don't tell you. If they told you the truth, it'll fuck your whole way of life up. Why? Lies sometimes are blissful. The truth, whether, it changed your world, sometimes can be the worst thing that ever happened to you. We talking about rainbows now. So the rainbow, man, I was in the living room, right? And light was reflecting off of like part of the glass from the window, and I seen like a straight line of just rainbow. Then I looked off of the stove where it had the the corners at, and it shot off a rainbow. And I'm sitting there, all these rainbows are straight, and this is no dig, this is nothing ignorant, so please do not take it that way. Then I look up in the air, the rainbow, why is it curved? The curvature. There's a firmament up there. There's a dome. That's why it's curved. And people are asking, okay, what is the rainbow reflecting off of then? It's reflecting off the clouds. No, it's not. It's a dome up there that it's reflecting light off of. And you ask about the stars that's up there. That's other things in the water up there. And you asking, what's all of these scientists and everybody seeing out there? They seeing it in fluid space. Out there, past this dome, it's fluid, water. Why you think the sky is blue? There's water up there. The water up there, dude, and people talk about clouds. There are cloud making companies, factories here in Illinois that make clouds. Dude, I had to look this shit up. There are actually companies that make clouds. I'm not talking about where your information is stored and goes up into the cloud. I'm talking about cloud making. Dude, they've been changing the weather for the longest. They've been doing this shit since the 1900s. They've been going through time since the 20s, forward and backwards. They've been traveling through dimensions, realities. They've been changing so much shit. Why you think there are so many different changes that you don't understand? You're talking about the Mandela effect. I remember you used to go up into the torch of the Statue of Liberty. Now you can't. You know, there are things that they changed that they thought you wouldn't notice. And, you know, you think you get enough of people to say it, you know, it'll make it true. That ain't how this works. Dude, like I said, if you pay attention, and when I was talking about the bottom of the sea, like I once told you, there was a famous, you know, oceanographer person, whatever, I forgot. You know, he went in a submarine with his assistant. They went down to the bottom, the very bottom, and they found a lake at the bottom of the damn sea. And he said he bounced on it and it created ripples. But he said it was so saline, he couldn't get through it. But I also hearing that under that is another damn city and domes under the water. Dude, I don't know how true this is, but shit is leaking all over this world. Stuff is dropping. People are starting to get little tidbits. You know, there are cities underground. Why do you think all of these damn tunnels are so many different damn places? Do you think, oh yeah, all of this is just for the, you know, for the sewer, for this line, for that line? No, bro. There's shit going on that you do not know. Dude, there are plans in place. I'm not talking about bunkers, doomsday, you know, design. No, none of that. There's other shit going on that you do not know. I've been looking at all of this, man, and I've been paying attention. You know, when I say the world is flat and it's in a dome, look, I don't know if it is or not, but if it's round, where's the rest of the land at? This shit ain't making no sense. This big planet, and you only see a certain part of it. And the way how they got the globe don't even look right. If you pay attention, something is off. This is why I say you can't believe what they're telling us. Then when we talk about the dinosaurs, man, let's get it real. They talk about the T-Rex. They said at one point in time, the T-Rex was more akin to a damn bird than a reptile. They said at one point they thought it had feathers. So all of a sudden, it went from being a reptile to a bird. It makes a lot of damn sense. But if it stayed a reptile, I was trying to figure out, why does it have the little bitty arms? What was that? What jumping, you know, evolution does that really work with? And I stopped and I thought about it. I looked at somebody else's YouTube video on this, and I did look at all the information. I looked at some ostriches, some birds, some chickens, and I looked at the T-Rex, you know, skeleton. I looked at all of them, dude. What if the T-Rex really was a dragon? Dude, the shit is, and I know y'all like, but why? What be the biggest thing of a lie? Well, you know, why? Why not tell us? Dude, because. See, you start admitting truth. That means that there were lies being told, man. We jumped in reality. We jumped in time. We either sped up time or went back, or something happened, man. We jumped because shit don't make sense. Some of these structures that were built in this country, I'm trying to figure why they can't duplicate none of them. Oh, we had skilled masons and skilled this. You got skilled masons now with better technology. Why can't we create half of the shit that we supposed to have done back then? Because we didn't do it. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. What happens is, in my reality, you know, and I'm going to say my reality, there's a lot of shit left to the imagination. See, because they're telling us that stuff out here is what it is. Now, if the thing about the dinosaur is actually true, and the T-Rex was actually a dragon. Now, if you ever look at a bat, and you look at the bat arms and hands and all of that, They don't all have super duper long arms. Bats don't have long arms. The wings are long, but you never knew how this thing did what it did. It would make sense if it had wings. And I was just sitting there thinking, I said, what would be the thing with the T-Rex? I said, you've been to kill the T-Rex without a problem. I said, all it has is the big head and the mouth. That's the problem. Everything else. But guess what? Everything that they told you is not true. Reality is a lie. Dude, I believe we live in a matrix. I think there are glitches. People have been finding glitches all over the damn world where shit is just sitting still, where planes are just sitting in the sky and not even moving, where birds are stuck in the air and ain't moving, where people in countries just stopped. Dude, this is something to really pay attention to. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, there's a plausible explanation for everything. There is. The truth, no matter how good or bad it is, can be very, very disheartening. You find out the truth about a relationship, a child, it'll drive you fucking crazy. Just imagine about what the truth would do talking about reality. Shit that you thought was gospel is not. Dude, if you really want to hear some shit, think about the Bible. Think about Adam and Eve. They were the only two people, right? So allegedly. When Cain and Abel, I forgot which one killed the other one, but one left. Who did he have kids with? But if you look at certain books in the Bible, it tells you there were other people. Then why did they make it seem like there was some? But I'm going to tell you something. The Bible never says that these people were set off different from those people. There are more people. And that's the thing that we weren't taught. Because think about it. We all made from inbreeding. Dude, that don't make no sense. There were Nephilim and everything else on this planet. The Nephilim mated with women. And, to have women, you have to have men. And, you got to have something. And there were more. It just made me sit back and just wonder. It's a lot. And I'm not trying to say the Bible is some sort of fairy tale. It's not real. I'm not saying that at all. So I don't want you to think that. It's just saying it's okay to be critical and think about some of the stuff and, let your mind wonder with it, because you like, man, how do they know what Jesus looked like? How do they know any of this stuff? Where's the actual Bible at? Where is the 16 commandments that Moses, brung down from off the, mountaintop? Where are those at? Where's the Ark of the Covenant? Now, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people talk about Noah's Ark was a ship that stayed on the water for 40 days and 40 nights. You ever imagine anything being on the water for 40 days and 40 nights during a storm, rain, and all of that? No. What it sounds like Noah was on a spaceship, a space ark, a ship that was big. I believe that ark came into another dimension and landed here. Now, look, again, for entertainment purposes only. There are things that we don't know. There are things that we do know. Shit don't add up. If you pay attention, stuff don't add up. It's just, I've been really paying attention to this, man, and this is really deep. Now, this is not me to try to get no pub on YouTube or, to get people to watch. This is me just being critical on some thought processes, man. You know what? It sounds crazy if you think about it. It sounds like stuff don't make sense and make it seem like, dude, there are more entities, more alien life forms on this planet than anything. You know, how do we know that they're not seeing the other firmaments in the water when they look through these telescopes, man? They're not telling you exactly what they're seeing. You don't know exactly what you're seeing. You're looking through something that you don't understand. It was a story that leaked a long time ago that the space station was underwater. And, you know, but somebody said, no, that's the one they train in. How did they get the other one into space? Now, I watched a lot of rocket launches. I never seen them take none of that shit into space. So how did it get up there? Then you see weather balloons are attached to satellites. So if satellites are not in outer space, then what? Haven't that made you wonder? You always wonder why they keep saying a weather balloon, a weather balloon. Satellites are attached to weather balloons. Dude, the shit is real. There are so many pictures of fallen satellites attached to weather balloons. I'm trying to figure why. And we talk about spaceships. We talk about what they do, why they in this dimension. Dude, this dimension is full of energy. There are recharge stations that had created millennium ago. Man, you know, this world is older than we think it is. They keep saying that, you know, the earth predates to this time. No, it don't. It's older. What happened was there's missing time. And that's the thing that nobody understands. There's missing time. There was advanced civilization here before we were here. There were other creatures that lived here, other entities, and a lot of them are still here. You just think, they tell you dinosaurs went extinct. No, they didn't. Dinosaurs were still around towards a certain age, and they were still in paintings. But the thing is, you say, okay, if dinosaurs are real and they really exist, where they at, huh? Places where there's still a lot where man has not gone. There's places on this planet man has still haven't went. And they're thriving. There's creatures like Bigfoot, Dogman, and, you know, all these other creatures that are out there in these woods, you know, that people see on a normal basis, bro. You know, people think it's all jokes. It's not. This shit is real. There are ghosts. There are monsters. There are demons. There's every damn thing else. But you know what? We don't believe it because we can't put ourselves into it to believe it. We think everything is a joke. We think these history books is full of truth. You come to find out everything that you believed in that history book is a lie. And I was shocked to believe that people actually still believe in these history books. Think about it. History books, if you're going to believe a book from history, it got to be before 1900. Because everything after 1900 is just about full of brainwashing, man. It's just brainwashing material. You can't really find a book before 1900 because they suppressed that information. When did the world become round? They had maps of what the world looked like because a lot of people had mapped the walls. The ice walls were, you know, the furthest parts of the earth you can go. The part of the world we live on is surrounded by ice wall. On the other side of that ice wall are other civilizations, other entities, other life forms, man. Things that was on this planet. There are things that live under the sea that people that are in power know about. You know, why do you think they don't touch certain things, certain areas? Why do you think certain parts of the country go, whereas they'd be like, well, you know, it was a gas leak, you know, there was a methane explosion and, you know, no people could live here. We moved them out overnight. No, what happened was something else took claim to that land and they moved all those people out. Dude, sometimes they can handle the situations and sometimes they can't. There's shit out there that you don't want to know about. And there's shit that I don't want to know about. But I'm going to tell you, for entertainment purposes only. And that's the way I'm going to keep these when I do these, for entertainment purposes only. For nobody come after me for anything. But till later, peace out.